Hello, everyone. I'm Adam with Demiplane. Thank you for joining me for this morning's or evening, depending on what part of the world you're in. If you're, it's like super late and you're about to go to bed, thank you for joining me there as well. But thank you for joining me for this week's development update and community Q&A session. This is a big day for us. We've got a big milestone that is happening today with the Character Tools open beta. See, I almost said closed alpha right there, because I'm very used to saying that, but this is now the open beta. It is a new world that we are emerging into, and all kinds of fun coming with this open beta for character tools for Pathfinder 2E, and we're ready to buckle up and get this thing ready, for the full launch with this open beta. All right, so as always, we're going to talk about some latest updates, which is going to focus quite a bit on this big release that is going out today. And then we are going to celebrate a little bit because it's been a lot of hard work. I can't remember the last time I had more than 4 hours or so sleep. I mean, it's been at least 3 or 4 weeks probably since that's happened. So we're going to celebrate today by doing 3 giveaways. So pay attention to our Twitch chat for the prompts for that. And we're going to give away a Pathfinder Nexus rulebooks bundle, and then we are going to give away a Lost Omens bundle, and then we are going to give away a standalone adventures bundle. So celebrate good times. Come on today. And then also what is on deck to be worked on. Then today we're going to, I'm certainly not going to read them all, but we're going to take a look at the update notes, kind of, the starting point for the open beta here. And we will also take a look at some of the themes, character sheet themes that we have. And we are going to, I'm going to go ahead and prompt you now for this, that we've got a few starting themes out there. There are some others that we are going to be doing. So if you've had a chance to check those out, there's one called Arcane Power. And that is, of course, kind of, tying into the arcane magic tradition. We are going to have, I've been cranking these things out for those last, 3 or 4 weeks here. And so next, I believe that I'm going to tackle, divine magic, but it could also be, the occult tradition. It could be the primal tradition. So, we will end up with all 4 traditions of magic. So for what I'm about to ask, don't think anything about those other 3 traditions of magic, because those are definitely going to get done. But I wanted to prompt everyone to start thinking about, what kind of theme for a theme would you like to see? What are some concepts that you would like to see? And we are going to put together a poll to see, what bubbles to the top as far as ideas for some visual themes that we can do down the road. So you can start submitting those now. We'll ask that you, let's just do theme, and then follow that by the theme suggestion. So just type the word theme and then theme suggestion, where that will help our moderators grab that up. Demibot was not prepared for this today, so Demibot isn't going to help us with this. But speaking of Demibot, then we do have questions. So at any point during the show today, you can type the word question and then follow that by your question. And Demibot is prepared to capture all of those, and then I will run through as many as I can get to at the end of our stream today. So if you've got ideas for themes, then type the word theme and then follow that by the idea, and we are going to put together a little poll. I don't know how that works, but it's apparently something through Twitch, so check it out when the time comes, and keep your eyes on chat for everything that's happening there. All right, let's dig in to our latest updates. So, of course, big thing today is we are live now with the open beta. It sounds like we've been having a couple of load issues this morning, which is these are what we call champagne problems to a degree. They're problems, and we're going to fix them and work through them as quickly as we can. But it still, it's better than not having any issues because no one is checking anything out. So we're gonna keep on the sunny side of that. So if you're having some trouble creating an account, for instance, I think that's one of the areas that's being impacted right now, one of our service providers. So we're working to get all those things ironed out. But otherwise, you can jump in and check out what's going on in the open beta. Lots and lots of updates. We'll take a look just at a high level at some of those update notes here in a few. So let's not forget also, for Pathfinder Nexus, tonight at midnight Pacific, we are going to be releasing the next installment of Stolen Fate. And then we also have the Enmity Cycle, which is a standalone adventure that is coming out tonight. So big times for Pathfinder. Right now, we are working on High Helm. I can't wait for that one. Really, I tried to watch Rings of Power, and the only thing that I think I liked from it was the visuals of the Dwarven city. And so there's something about all the way back to the Iron Forge days in World of Warcraft. I love Dwarven culture and diving into that in my games. And so High Helm is a great book. I can't wait for you all to see that. So we're working on that. Also working on the Hero deck, trying to do something special with that. But either way, we will be releasing the rule book that goes with the Hero deck and all of the card images and all of that soon here. Character tools, open beta. We went through some of the stuff that would be in there. Like I said, we will do a macro look at the notes here in just a few. But I wanted to talk through when it comes to class support. So one of the key things that has happened, and this has happened very quickly, and one of the reasons that we wanted to do this very quickly was to kind of demonstrate the awesome power of this fully operational space station. But the idea of the platform that I've been talking about, that with this visual scripting language engine approach that we've taken, the flexibility and power that has. At this point in the open beta, you are able to select and use all of the classes. And so as the classes are in here, there are a few gaps here or there, but for the most part, all of these classes should be perfectly playable with everything that you're doing. So with your alchemist, we don't have full formula support in there right now. But again, keep in mind, you can still choose alchemist. You can choose all of the different options that go with this. You can choose the feats that you need. All of those things are going to be present. We're just going to have a dedicated area on the character sheet, similar to the spells section, where you can access all of your formulas in the future. So that is coming. And then same thing with companion and familiar support. So some classes, in particular the summoner, really rely on what's going on with the companion or Eidolon in this case. So that support to really flesh out those other creatures that assist your character, that is not in yet. It's on the short list that we'll look at in a second. But again, we've gone to full class coverage here, and to kind of illustrate this, just a few weeks ago. So again, this would be a month ago, possibly. This is the amount of content that was available in the alpha. We got to a point with the platform that we've been building up toward, where the platform itself was in the spot where we could start actually doing work in the tool. And as that happened, we've now added all of these different sources and this content into what is available in the beta, and this is going to continue. I think we have 80 60-ish books, available on Pathfinder Nexus for Pathfinder, and all of that is going to be supported, very quickly here. Even things like, I think last week, if I didn't say this out loud, I was certainly thinking it. But talking about, I think, answers that I've had to questions of, will optional rules be supported, and especially free archetype, because that is seems to be one of, if not the most popular choice. The team was able to, and we decided to go ahead and put in the optional free archetype rule in the character builder. So you can go to the preferences section now of the character builder and even enable the free archetype. So and that's something that happened in just a few days because of what we've built and what we've put together. So putting the pieces together there, this is not only going to be fantastic for Pathfinder, that has just such a breadth of options out there that we're going to start incorporating more and more, but also for other games that we're going to be focused on. And so, that is a really exciting thing for us. Taking a look real quick at the beta short-term roadmap, and so this is the stuff that's kind of on deck that we're focusing on now that we've got the big push coming out here. But homebrew, of course, is a really big one that we're going to be working on. We wanted to make sure we could have kind of jammed something in there with homebrew, but we wanted to be as efficient as we could be and really provide a great homebrew experience. In my past life, I was never satisfied with how homebrew really worked, and wasn't able to do much of anything about that. This is a fresh start, and this allows for learnings and everything else to be incorporated. And so we're looking forward to jumping into homebrew. Exporting to PDF, of course, will be available. I mentioned formulas and familiars and animal companions. We're going to be incorporating item materials, which is a really good thing for us to be able to put in there for that convenience. We've got a proficiency listing in Class DC area that's going to be coming to the sheet. We recognize that all of that information is available, but we want to centralize that where it will make it a little even easier for you to find it during play. Containers in bulk, in-sheet editing, so that'll be kind of the stopgap between that and the full homebrew system, and then being able to edit shared character sheets. So one of the things that you will see, and I will jump here into the notes now. So we've got a forum post that is welcoming all of you to the open beta, but then we included our update notes here. And you'll notice if you've come to the Demiplane homepage or Pathfinder Nexus homepage, we've got a fresh coat of paint on those pages. But when it comes to the character sheet, we also have the ability to, and I'm trying to find it, these notes are kind of gigantical. So I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh yeah, here it is. Top one. I looked past the very first one. Character sharing and sharing permissions. So this is one of the things that you will be able to share your character with others. Copy a link and be able for people to see that. Now at the moment, that is a view only kind of situation. But one of the things on the short list here is to allow that editing. And then eventually we will, of course, incorporate that into our group concept, where someone who is, a leader of a group or a game master will be able to edit sheets directly, those kinds of things. And so all of that is going to be something, really we want this to work, similar to Google Docs, where you can allow certain individuals to edit your sheet, and restrict that otherwise. So all of that is something that is coming in. As you can see, several ancestry updates have gone in as of the open beta. All of the new classes here that we've talked about. We've got support for, the gunslinger, inventor. So I think I got some education It's one of those things. I'm a reader. And I know so many people have talked about this, but we grow up and we read a lot of words. I don't hear people say the words a lot of the time, and so the apparent pronunciation of this, maybe I will get this right, is magus. Magus is what I'm hearing out there. So hopefully that's right. Magus, psychic, summoner, and the thaumaturge. So all of those are in there. And check them out, try them out today. Psychic, I'm a big fan of psionics of any sort in every game ever. And so that is in now too. I made one of those as soon as it was up. So yeah, lots and lots of updates there. So you can check out the welcome forum post and see all of those in detail. So now I am going to go over to a character. So this is Gamdel Banglaban. He's a gnome, alchemist. Honestly, this was just kind of a test thing. Gamdale has been a lot of different classes over the years. This is a character I've played a whole lot of times. Oh, the theme poll is up, I'm hearing. All right. So see, I kind of want to know what's on there. So Josh, can you whisper in my ear now? Okay. Dinosaur form better win. No, I'm just joking. I shouldn't campaign. I shouldn't campaign. So one thing I will say is I like all of those, and this poll. Something I didn't say earlier is dinosaur form is one that is already on my list. So I probably just took votes away from dinosaur form because I'm going to do it anyway, but dinosaur form is happening. I'm going to go ahead and say that to everyone. I understand you didn't have that information before you started voting, but dinosaur form is going to happen, and then I will do. I think that there is a good chance that I will do all of these, to be honest. But your votes are going to definitely indicate the order in which I will tackle them. So we'll put it that way. But those are great ideas. Love it. Please continue to vote, and that will be my prioritization list. That'll work great. But the thing that I discovered a long time ago about characters, and I've talked about this before, is that I really do. One day when I'm able to just retire, and then all I have to do is sit on the beach, eat shrimp, and write. I think I'm going to write a book about how people connect with their tabletop role playing characters. And I realize that there has been, there has been content out there written about this, but there is something fascinating about how deeply we connect with these, not even fictional in the normal sense that a professional author has gone out there and written something about a character. They're characters that we are creating, and there's just something truly unique about that part of human behavior and how we connect to them. And so customization is such a big part of that, and being able to express yourself and express what you want for that character. And so themes definitely tap into that. And so of course we have the familiar, if you've been in the alpha, just kind of clean dark approach that we can do. I pushed over the weekend to get into turn off the lights a little bit here. Light mode. We got some requests about that. You saw my glasses and everything else like light up here on the stream. So obviously, I'm not too big of a fan of this one, but some of you are, and so obviously we want to support all of the different preferences that we can get to out there. And so we put this one together. The Hero Destiny thing is going to kind of echo the theming that we have in the character builder. I think the Hero deck is, I love that concept of what fate is, and destiny, and just that idea. I think that works really, really well for the character builder. And so if you like that more kind of heavy approach here, you can do that here. Arcane Power, this is the one that I was talking about earlier, that when I was putting this together, I was basically thinking that I wanted to do one for each of the 4 traditions of magic. Started with Arcane, and almost after that went into like I said, divine or occult, or primal, because I think I've got some strong ideas for all of those. But then I was like, wait a minute. This is only going to kind of cater to spellcasters for the most part. So let me go and give some love to people who might prefer to use blades and armor and all those kind of things. And so then that is the might and steel theme. As you might can imagine, we're probably going to have something that will be more stealth and cunning based, something that's a little more steampunky. Those kinds of things are going to be a possibility in the future. And I guess I'll go ahead and sign myself up for this. For instance, as we release Rage of Elements will have a theme associated with it. There are many, many possibilities here. I wouldn't even put it past the realm of possibility, for things to be possible out there where you might be able to customize some of these themes in the future. And one of the things that I definitely would love to do is to solicit some community designed themes, and have fans vote, and then possibly even incorporate those kind of things in the future. So lots of possibilities with this idea of themes. And again, this is all not just trying to make something look pretty, or anything like that. It really is this customization is an expression of these characters that we connect to, on this kind of deep and almost primal level. So excited about themes and the possibilities that holds for the future, and excited to see what my order is going to be. Now, to clarify, I'm not immediately signing up to go out there and make 5 themes, because I want to sleep at some point. But I am saying that those are some strong ideas, and we'll see what we can do with all of them. All right, let's jump back to let's see what is next. Yeah, let's talk about the Claw Firm. All right, the Claw Firm. We've got this incredible new Pathfinder show that is debuting tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific. So tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific, we've got the first episode of the Claw Firm. Been working through some of the last minute stuff, opening credits, all those kind of things. Really, really excited about this show. All of the players are really, truly spot on. Mark Muir is one of my favorite people to play with. He's just incredible. He's got such an energy and a vibe at the table. And so I knew that, really wanted to bring him together with a great cast to see what happened. And so really loving this show, and I hope you do too. Check that out tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific. And, it's, we'll be there and chat, to hang out with folks. Our moderators are wonderful moderators that are in chat right now. Check that out tomorrow night in celebration here of our open beta launch. All right, let's see what is next. It's giveaway time. And as I said earlier, we are giving away 3 things today. And I don't know if this has been happening as I've been talking or if it's all happening right now. But either way, good luck to all of you. We're giving away a Pathfinder Nexus rulebooks bundle, a Lost Omens bundle, and a standalone adventure content bundles. So all three of those today. Good luck. And upcoming, this is one of my favorite Hero deck images. It's I just have so many questions. All right, so character tool, open beta, additional features that I talked about kind of on our short list. It's getting pretty close to where we can start talking about, some of the, post character tools things that are going to happen with Pathfinder Nexus. We're very excited to get to those things as well. Not to say that we're putting a pin in character tools. Clearly, there are other things that we're working on there, but we are out of kind of the deep dark tunnel of that initial development that we've had to do for the last several months. On the content side, Rage of Elements is coming. Very excited about that. Excited about the remaster project. PaizoCon Online is it's this weekend. I started to say next weekend, but it's this weekend. Really, a lot of times I mean the same thing with that, but I know it's confusing. So we'll say this weekend. So Saturday morning, we've got a panel, Pathfinder Nexus panel, and it's going to be, another opportunity to, talk through, everything that is going on with our character tools. You'll be able to come and ask questions. It's going to be very similar to this, but just more of it. So that's going to be happening Saturday morning. We'll see if I can squeeze in one of the voted themes before then. We'll see what happens. 5e Nexus, we've got our partner announcements coming very soon on this one. We wanted to kind of clear the table of some of the Pathfinder focus that we've had, but we will be talking about 5e Nexus very soon. And then just to kind of signal what is going on next for character tools. So again, you saw the graphic earlier of, we went from 2 or 3 books to many, many more than that books of content. You see that the classes are being integrated into the character tools at a very rapid clip. We are going to start working, and we have already started some of the initial setup and configuration work, and obviously design and concept work has been completed. But we are going to be really diving headlong into Avatar Legends, Vampire the Masquerade. Those will be out this year. I can put the stamp on that one. They will certainly be out this year. And we'll talk more about this soon. We've got the Marvel Multiverse RPG that's going to be, introducing character tools. So that's kind of the, punch list. And, for Avatar Legends and Vampire the Masquerade, those are being worked in parallel. And, honestly, at this point, I can't say for sure which one will be, ready to go first. I would probably say Avatar Legends, just from the standpoint of the complexity of the mechanics and the game itself. But yeah, we'll certainly keep you updated. But either way, this is the next batch of games that will be getting character tool support. And then following that, we will start looking at Free League and some of the others. We have a couple of partners that we haven't announced yet, and so we will talk more about those as we get into the back half of this year. All right, I'm already at time, but I'm going to go to questions, and I'm going to dive into as many as I can get to. All right. Manuel J. Solis J. Any news on the Spanish version? I'm not sure the version of what you were referring to there, but we don't have any news at this point in time with any type of localization into any other language other than English, but that is something that is a possibility, and often this is going to be very dependent on the publishers that we're working with. So, as the publishers are supporting and kind of propagating some of these translations, that makes it available and possible for us to try to do that. Localization is a very difficult thing. I was actually at Amazon when Amazon was trying to do some of their initial localization effort, and it's very very challenging. And so and what I mean by this in particular is making sure every interaction that you have in the user interface is in the chosen language, those kinds of things. So there are phases to this, and I think a much more likely initial phase would be, if the content is available in another language, making that book available in the digital reader in that other language. That's an initial step that gets us at least the ability to read the book in the digital reader with that. But some of that more full blown stuff is certainly a very massive undertaking. And so at this point, we don't have any news here in the short term, but it's definitely something that we'll continue to consider and see what can happen long term. Let's see. Cassius 335. Anyone else notice Tales of the Valiant Kickstarter started and funded? Valiant sub Nexus incoming. Actually, Tales of the Valiant being a fifth edition core type game. I saw that even on their even on the Kickstarter description, it talks about it in that way. That is going to be one of the launch things for early access for the 5e Nexus. So like I said, we're going to talk about all of the partners that we will have here in a few weeks, but Tales of the Valiant is certainly we have Colo Press as a partner, and that will be one of the first things that we dive into with them. Risa Malima, if you could revive one species of dinosaur, which would it be? Wow, that is such a unique flavor to the question, because this isn't about what is favorite in this case. This is about what would I revive, because part of me is like, let's go with the T-Rex, or let's go with a Brachiosaurus, or something massive like that. But then I'm like, what would happen in the world if we actually did that? Like, would the T-Rex rampage, and kill people? And so then it's like, well, then you get a Precompsognathus, something smaller that's more manageable. But then I think about my little beagle and just how loud and irritating he can be, and so I don't know. I don't know the answer to this question. That one may stump me a little bit, because you certainly couldn't do a Deinonychus or Velociraptor, because obviously they're so clever that they would definitely get loose, open all the doors, and then it would just be a bloodbath. So yeah, man, what a great question. I still like the Ankylosaurus. So, and a Triceratops. See, I don't know. I can't answer that question, but thank you for the question and letting me do a little bit of that mental exercise. I'll probably dream about that tonight. Damala J, any timeline on when you'll be announcing the 5e Nexus launch partners? Great question. Not no timeline, but it is. We're talking a few weeks here. It's not going to be that much longer. Colin BDA, will the character creator be able to export characters to VTTs? Yeah, that is a great idea and a really good thing for us to do. So, the intent is going to be that you will be able to pick up content and create characters and kind of do the core fundamental part of that experience, and then be able to, take that content, take those characters, wherever you like to play. There are, hundreds, and I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that now. I think there are hundreds of VTTs and similar applications out there now. There are at least dozens, there's so many different preferences on how people want to play, and the bottom line is you can play these games with or without a VTT, but you can't play these games without a character. And so this is a great place to come and have that character experience And then, yes, we fully intend to provide a way for those characters to go with you into whatever your virtual tabletop of choice would be, or whatever downstream type place that you need those characters. We definitely intend for that, and we'll provide more info as we get closer to it. UK Haiku, just how proud are you of the team having reached this stage? Very, very proud. It's been a long journey, and this is kind of like a gigantic round two for me. It's not often that you get to do something this kind of massive project a second time, and especially getting the benefit of hindsight. It's not often that gets to happen. So very happy that I've been able to be a part of this, but then the most happy that we do have a great team that has put in incredible work, and so much effort, so much focus, so much passion into it, and so yeah, that's what gets me up in the morning. It's been an incredible experience. The team's done an incredible job. We're not done. We got a whole lot of other things that we want to do and that we're going to do. But yeah, it's nice to take just a moment here and wave the banner for some really nice work. Very, very proud of the team. Link Cable. What are your hopes for the Orc license? Are there any particular games / publishers you would like to see as part of that license? Honestly, there are already many publishers who are participating with the Orc license that I'm not sure who I would add to the list because there are many that make sense, and I think it's going to be really great for them. My hope for it is just that it accomplishes what it is setting out to do, which is to keep open gaming as a vital part of the industry. And I think that some of the events of earlier this year have demonstrated that is something that fans care a great deal about. And I think that Orc can really serve that goal, and so that's my hope for it, that it is able to pull that off. And everything I'm seeing so far indicates that is going to be the case. Silent Brad, have you taken a look at the Tales of the Valiant preview on the Kickstarter? Liking the change to clerics so far and the new name for spell levels. Yeah, I've taken a look at that, and I'm certainly excited about everything that is going on with Tales of the Valiant, and looking forward to starting to support that digitally here at Demiplane. Link Cable, hey Adam, what is the theme you would like to see? Dinosaur form. I'm so glad that you all arrived there without my influence, or did I influence? But ultimately, that's what I'd like to see. I certainly would like to do. I think I'm going to just stop there because anything I put out there, I'm probably signing up for, and it's my gosh, is this going to be 22 or 23 years? I really need to figure that out. It's going to be my 22nd wedding anniversary here in just a few days, and I'm just trying to unplug. I might play a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom because I played it for the 2 days that it released, and I haven't picked it up since then because I've been too busy with all this stuff. And so the way my mind works is if I start thinking about themes and feeling like people want to see it, I'm just not going to put it down. So I'm just going to stop there. But there are going to be lots and lots of fun visuals that you'll be able to customize with in the future. The Molly J, will you be able to put containers inside containers, like tossing a backpack into a portable hole, etc.? Well, probably that should be allowed. The thing that would likely delete your character is putting the bag of holding into a portable hole. So as long as it's not a bag of holding going in there, because we will have just an animation blast onto the screen. The void will just completely consume your character. But no, we're working through all the details with containers right now. But we're certainly going to get an iteration out there, get feedback, and make adjustments if we need to. And so I can't confirm off the top of my head, but I believe that it should be possible to do that. And if not, like I said, we'd love to hear the feedback, and we'll make tweaks as needed. Link cable. I've got a few more. I'll try to kind of rapid fire through these, and then I'm going to hit the road. But once the character builder is officially out, what's the next major project or program that Demiplane may like to work on? Yeah, this is a good question. I think that we recognize and honestly relish that we will be working on bringing a whole lot of other games to the character tools, part of the platform. So for us, there is a newness to that, and very excited to provide that kind of support for all of these great games that we have partnered with these publishers. And so that's going to be a lot of focus, especially for the rest of this year. But yeah, we're looking forward to kind of group portal things with the video play space and some of the integrations that can happen there. We will, of course, jump into things like I'll just generally call it challenge management. So whether that's monsters or creatures or hazards or whatever it is that the player characters face. Different games have different ways of handling that, and so those are other parts of what we would do. We will be able to start looking at games and seeing unique tools that would be valuable for those games. So a relationship map for Vampire, for instance, those kinds of things we're going to certainly get into. It wouldn't surprise me, and this is kind of a this one's a little out there, but it wouldn't surprise me if you saw almost mini game type content coming out around some of these games, ways that you can ways that we can support unique extensions of the game. So an example that I will use, just where this way it's not tipping my hand for the actual games that we support, but I was a big fan of Pazak in Knights of the Old Republic, kind of just a mini game within that game. And so, things like that is we're excited to start jumping into those kind of things. Cassie's 335. Will Adam get to see the theme suggestions that didn't make the polls? So I don't know, Josh, do we know if we were logging the others? Yes. So they were all written down, and yes, there's no scenario where I wouldn't read all of them. So I will check them out. They will be seen. Calexis 1986. What are your favorite gaming systems for home games? Do you tend to stick to Pathfinder and 5e, or are there others that you really enjoy? Yeah, I play a lot of 5e. I play a lot of Pathfinder, but I definitely am a big fan of Year Zero and what Free League has done. I have been messing around with Dragonbane lately, and have been really appreciating and enjoying the way that flows, and just turning some of the things that I'm used to on its head, like rolling a 1 is a good thing, and everything. So yeah, I play a lot of different things, but I am a fan of what Free League has put together. I've started playing more Powered by the Apocalypse, and I think that that is a really, really great system as well. But yeah, I play almost all of it. But for home games, recently it's been some Dragonbane. AKA Kira, will there be will there be a My Themes list to keep that list shorter if possible, or a submenu for themes later down the line? Yeah, I mean, all of that will come as, we've only got, 4 or 5 right now. So very, very manageable. But once we get to a point where that is not as manageable, we will, manage to take effort to make it manageable. So yeah, we'll certainly be keeping an eye on keeping that as efficient and convenient as possible. Been there before, but it's not the been there before. It's been, as I'm presuming in the name. Um, Clever, like that one. What was behind the decision to not have all the source material in the character builder during alpha? Is there concern the additional options will create bugs? No, not really. There's not a concern there. There's absolutely the chance that there would be some bugs. Honestly, the reasoning behind that was because what I referenced a little bit earlier, in that we have been working, in development for these many months, and then even through the alpha, on getting the platform to a place where we could open it up for the people who work on our game content and engines teams to be able to go in there and really dig in and start adding the new and additional content. And so the very simple answer here is we didn't feel like things were at a point where it would support that level of effort until just a few weeks ago. We're talking a month maybe at the outside. We felt like we were in the place where we had the internal part of the platform built to the point where, okay, now we can go after this. And so it's only been in the last few weeks that we have been able to go in and have the flexibility and that power that I've been referencing to get everything in there. And honestly, when we got to the open beta here, we didn't expect to have what we have in there now. Like just very transparently, I thought, there would be 2 scenarios here. I thought that the open beta would be, that we wouldn't have, half the classes available for the open beta, or honestly, the more likely scenario that I personally would have been pushing for within our leadership team is we wouldn't have released the open beta until we got all the classes in there. And the thought was that was going to take a lot longer than it actually is proving to take here. And so kind of the good news about that is we have been able to accomplish a whole lot in the last 4 to 6 weeks. And that hypothesis about the platform play that we've gone with, the approach that we've gone with, is really paying off. And so yeah, really excited about the momentum and trajectory that we're on here. And so yeah, not too concerned that it will introduce bugs. It certainly could in different places. That's why we're doing a beta. So if you catch those bugs, that we didn't catch with our small team, then that's fantastic. We've got that identified. We're going to track that down. We're going to fix it. But no, it's more about just the capability got to a point where we can actually start moving this stuff along. To illustrate that further, I had update notes that were going out. I updated the forum post last night because I was trying to pre-do as much of what I could for today, because busy day. And so those update notes, by the time I woke up this morning, we had about 10 other items that were added to the update notes. And most of this is from our engines team going in and saying, hey, I added this additional convenience to this feat, or I made sure that this was supported. I think one of the ones I saw that's in progress right now is where the inventor can use intelligence instead of their normal attack modifiers. So all of those kinds of things are happening so briskly. You'll even see in the update notes hate to do this, but at the end of the day, we got to put down the type, the computer keyboard at some point, and it'll just say several other spells updated. Like it's happening so fast that we can't even keep up, with everything that's happening. So again, the platform is very powerful, very flexible, and so it really was just about that. The platform got to a place where it was ready, and then we started to go after it. And then when we saw how it was working, that's when we decided on the date for the open beta. All right, Xtopher, MSK, will the maybe Christopher, X for that. Will the PF2 be getting an export for VTT? Yeah, I answered that one a little bit earlier. You might have missed it, but we're certainly going to make that available at some point. AKA Kira, with character sharing, will it be able to be shared to a group so that the GM has more than the view permissions? Yeah, that's something that I kind of talked about a little bit earlier as well. And so yeah, we're going to have the ability at some point to be able to share it within a group, just for convenience. Initially it's going to be that you can share it with individual accounts, similar to what you can do with Google Drive, for instance. And so yeah, you'll the key is you will have control over who can see, and who can edit. But we'll have more on that pretty soon here. All right, I think I made it through all the questions, and this was the supersized version of the dev update today. That's okay, because it's a big day. We got a lot of excitement going on. Really, just looking forward to everything that's going to come out of this open beta. Excited for others to be able to see it, that haven't been able to see it yet. And lots of excitement in the days ahead here. Tonight, we are going to be back with a new episode of Children of Erte. So you can come and join us there at 6 p.m. Pacific. And we are also going to be at PaizoCon Online Saturday morning. And I want to say that that is 9 a.m. Pacific. But we will certainly share about that on social media a little bit later this week to make sure that that's confirmed. I think it's at 9 a.m. Pacific on Saturday morning. That would be the 27th. And so join me there. If you didn't get to ask questions today, that's going to be another great place that you can ask them on Saturday morning. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. Really, really excited about everything that is happening. And, one of the key things that I will leave you with today is, development is a funny thing, because, software development, you get into this cycle where, our teams made a really big push, done a lot of work, and done some great work to get to this milestone that we've got out there today. But then, we realize that there are more things that we're going to come back to here in just, a couple of days, that we're going to take a deep breath, and then we're going to get right back into it. And so for us, this is nothing close to the end of a journey. This is the end of, one leg of the journey. We're going to hang out with Tom Bombadil for just a little while, and then we are going to, really my favorite part, I think, of The Hobbit anyway, was when they had the little Bjorn excursion. But we're going to eat some honey. We're going to see somebody change into a bear. It's going to be awesome. And we're going to recharge the batteries, but then we're going to be right back at it. So this is not the end of anything for us. This is the beginning. And so, things out there right now are not perfect. I think that they are in a wonderful place, and we've made a ton of progress. But we know that we have more to do. Your help here during the beta is going to be a big part of us being able to make sure that we are getting all of those things done that we need to get done. So again, this is the beginning, and we are really excited for what lies ahead. All right, I'll talk to you later. Later, Gators.